So much, Representative Hutchesky. And hi, everyone. This is Representative Eskamani, proudly serving District 42 in the state legislature, which does encompass Pulse nightclub and a downtown corridor where we've seen an increase of gun violence in our communities. And this is the complete opposite of what we need to be doing to ensure public safety here in our state. I want to add as well that many of the comments made during this press conference hosted by our speaker had no basis in evidence whatsoever. Even when the Sheriff's Association was asked about the increase of crime or the deterrence of crime or how to decide between who is a criminal, who's not a criminal, not only those questions not completely answered, but no data was provided to back up the claims. The very notion that the way we deter crime is to enhance penalties is actually not based in any evidence. But what is in evidence is the notion that more guns leads to increased gun violence. None of the states who have passed permitless carry have seen a significant reduction in gun violence, a significant reduction in sexual assault. I mean, these are real serious issues that this policy is not going to solve. Freedom should also include the freedom to live a life without gun violence. And for too many of us here and to many people in the state, we've experienced gun violence. I was at UCF when we had an almost mass shooting that was stopped not by an armed student, but stopped by a roommate who saw the armed gunman and then called law enforcement. We have seen more than one occasion of friendly fire when someone who is meant to be the good guy with the gun actually causes more harm than good. And so we have real solutions when it comes to deterring gun violence, but this is not one of them. And I want to also stress that we should not base policy on anecdotes. We should not base policy on high emotions, and we should not base policy on partisan politics. We need to look at evidence-based solutions to deter gun violence. You're going to see those solutions already filed by Democrats and more come from Democrats. But I think what's just important to stress is that majority of Floridians want to see common sense gun safety policies. They are not asking for permitless carry. This is another effort by Governor Ron DeSantis to appeal to a conservative base as he runs for president. And I don't know about y'all, but I refuse to be a pawn in the governor's political ambitions. We need to be focused on what's good for the people of Florida, what increases public safety. And I know there are overwhelmingly members of law enforcement who agree with us, but unfortunately, in today's political climate, many are inclined to not speak up. So we will be the voice of common sense. We will be the voice of public safety, and we're going to do everything we can to ensure that the greater public understands what's taking place during the legislature and that these policies are going to actually create an environment where you feel less safe, where tourists don't want to come to Florida, where families will not feel safe sending their kids to school, where I won't feel safe walking my own neighborhood. And the last point I'll make is that we actually have serious crime to deal with. I mean, my twin sister was robbed in early December by 4 juveniles. There are serious issues in crime reduction, and this is not going to help. It's actually going to empower more people to carry firearms who are untrained and are going to become a vigilante environment where you can't tell who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. So thank you so much for having me here. I'm going to run back to my constituent meeting, but we are united in our opposition to this policy proposal. We'll do everything we can to lift up what real public safety looks like. Thank you so much, and I'll toss it back to Representative Hutchesky.